Hey, what is up everyone? It's Doug here with Retro Geek Gaming, and I'm relaxing in my car at work on my lunch break, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, you know what I just heard recently in the news? I heard that there are 20 Unreal Engine 4 games being developed for the Switch right now in Japan. And that's just crazy. Because let's think about this for a minute. 20. 20 games. Just in Japan, that's not even counting what's in the US. So there could potentially be double that. There could potentially be 40 to 50 some odd games, depending on how many developers are developing for the Switch, that would be running Unreal Engine 4. That would probably more likely be coming out between E3 and next year. Let's think about this for a minute, because that is something that is just crazy to me. Now, what could possibly be coming to the Switch? Well, there's no telling. There's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff that's in development. Kingdom Hearts 3 instantly comes to mind. I don't know if Resident Evil 7 is using Unreal Engine 4, to be honest with you. But there's a possibility of that, or just other games from Capcom altogether. And who knows, we could even be getting some older classics, like again, the whole Vanquish and Vanquish 2 that we heard that Platinum Games was working on. That could potentially be in Unreal Engine 4. They could probably have updated it to run in Unreal Engine 4. That would just be mind-blowing stuff. Now, as far as what I would like to see, I don't know. It's really just going to depend. I would like to see new IPs, and I imagine that most of those games are probably third-party developers, so that's not even counting what Nintendo is working on. And I won't go into a whole list of games that I want to see right now from Nintendo that would use Unreal Engine 4, because honestly, any one of their games could use Unreal Engine 4. I really wouldn't care. They could come out and they could say, that Mario Odyssey is running in Unreal Engine 4, and I'd be okay if it just, bring me the games. But make sure that you guys put down in the comments below what you want to see, whether it's from Nintendo or from third-party developers themselves, come to the Switch that would use Unreal Engine 4. And like I said, I'm not really going to make a list of games that I want to see come from Nintendo, because I'm saving that for my E3 video, closer to E3. I'm letting it mull in my head all the games that I want to see and what might realistically come out and all that stuff. And I'm going to save that more for my E3 predictions. But that's just crazy to me. There are 20 games just in Japan alone. That means that even if E3 comes around and Nintendo gives us maybe 2 games themselves, and American developers maybe give us 2 to 3 games, we could still potentially see 25 some odd games being announced from Nintendo. And if all the floor space that they have at E3, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some big announcements, like huge announcements, not only just from Nintendo, but from third-party developers, like, for example, Final Fantasy VII. I mean, Final Fantasy VII would make a ton of sense. After all, they do have the Cloud Amiibo, and I'm sure that they worked out with some kind of a deal with Square Enix as far as that. And the way Square seems to be talking, they seem to want to support the Switch more than they want to support the Xbox One. So Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to the Switch would just be a mind-blowing thing that I think would surprise a lot of people. I don't think we'll see a lot of these other games come over, because a lot of them will probably be PlayStation 4 exclusives. But it's going to be real interesting, especially because we have these developers that we've heard time and time again talk about how easy it is to port stuff over from the Switch, to the Switch, sorry. So we could potentially see anything. We could potentially see just about any game that's probably currently in development right now that is not stuck to like a PlayStation-only type game come over to the Switch. And this is where I think it's going to get real interesting, because for the way the Switch is built to run on such a low power and only run games at like 1080 max, unless you really truly care about the 4K aspect that like the PlayStation Pro has, or even the Xbox One, this could potentially be like, see, Nintendo is capable of making a system that is underpowered, but can still bring us all these games because of how they make them. And I do think that that's really going to be helpful, because that is one of the things that I love about Nintendo, is the way that they develop games. Because after all, they're able to take games that are normally like Wii U games and squeeze them down to the Nintendo 3DS. And it's just like, that's pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it will be really interesting to see where Nintendo goes with this and all that. But otherwise, make sure that you guys put your thoughts down in the comments below about what you want to see come to the Nintendo Switch that's going to use Unreal Engine 4. And the sky is the limit with this, guys, because, I mean, honestly, you can even think that there was an old game maybe from the PS2 era that maybe that they're going to redo as an HD remake in not 4K, sorry, in Unreal Engine 4. So, yeah, make sure that, you know, you shout out about that. And thanks for watching. As always, you can like if you want, subscribe. I try to do videos at least once a week. Yeah. Make sure you keep watching, because hopefully eventually I'm going to be getting around to my E3 predictions. Like I said earlier, need to have more time to think about what I want to see and all that. But appreciate it. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.